Guys, welcome to the Paradox Experience. It's your boy Robert Paradox, and today we'll be doing the Binding of Isaac of Repentance, but a mod called under the character Job or Job, with a higher fire rate, some cool items, and then brought to you by apparently Agent Cuckoo's workshop. Let's dig in. We have Job or Job, however you want to pronounce it, by Ancient Cuckoo's workshop. In this, we have over 25 plus 45 new unlocks. Features are brand new character runners to the vanilla game design, 15 unlockable items, 5 new trinkets, new pocket items, new unlockable challenges, and over double the amount of unlocks when you get 100%. Job is just a character, very vanilla, with just a really high fire rate. His Book of Despair, though, allows him to have a higher fire rate over 33% added to it. Statistically, he only has 2 hearts, 1 soul heart, speed is decent, tears are good, damage is meh, range is good. Honestly, it's actually not a bad character.
See, right off the bat, I already like the design choice, but check out this book. See the fire rate? Add the fire rate to that, bow, 33% added on, 1.70. So the fire rate is 5.98, and you can literally clear a room pretty easily with a high fire rate like that. Now notice the fire rate regularly, with less enemies, and you're still having to keep dodging. A higher fire rate, you have a higher pushback rate as well. So your tears, they're not going to do as much damage as you need to. But with the high fire rate you're already given, plus the 33%, really does make a difference. Now, even though you have a high fire rate, a good thing to have is something like Rotten Baby or other things that can damage enemies on the side. Damage upgrades are always welcomed and appreciated with this kind of character. But high fire rates and then something like Rotten Baby will probably help you clear out a room really fast. And then using Rotten Baby, spitting out the blue flies, which have about twice or 3 times your damage, and then the high fire rate helps you a lot in a lot of these situations that you're gonna run into. Considering the next room is a boss room, you're gonna want to have that speed shot up for the next room. Fighting this guy. Check this out. High fire rate, still spitting blue flies. Already a quarter of the damage done. So this is not a bad character. It's actually a great character to have. Let's start out with. Mod is seemingly flawless. I haven't seen any of the items yet that go with this character. But the boss is already finito. I will say box of stuff is always great, but one of the items that I really like about box of stuff that came this one is the file. Because once you have the nail file, it actually helps you out throughout the rest of the game with no spikes. Over here, I'm showing you that I have, you can see a little bit of it, still Rotten Baby, 2 other things, a shadow that follows me, black candle, defense bot, as well as holy ward. All these items combined with a high fire rate is still letting me do a lot of damage to Gish, who has a lot of HP honestly in himself. I'm still having a 2.85 damage rate, which does make it seem like, well, I should be kicking the bucket. But we're trying to unlock Tainted Job. So Tainted Job or Tainted Job, whatever you want to pronounce it. It's gonna be another unlock that we have here. So on top of the items you're gonna get for beating the bosses, on top of all these other things, you get a tainted version of this character. We're gonna explore that tainted character soon enough. I'm just trying to show within the video how good it is to have this character with such a high fire rate. The little boots that might slide right into you, done, finished, finito, no mas. And then over here, we got all these guys trying to come at us at one time. If you have a decent run, Joe character is really good, and I congratulate the creator for this. Look at this, giant hoops, no problem with this one. If you're gonna actually make sure about these kind of runs, do the runs smart. That's what I'm gonna say. Do the runs with some kind of thought process behind it. Just because you have a high fire rate doesn't mean you're the boss. Remember your damage rate. If your damage rate remains low, try to gain as much items as possible so that way your end game is not as difficult as it is. Because right here, you can see I'm going right to home. And a lot of this stuff seems easy. Trust me, it's not. You still have to dodge a little bit, but you've got a lot to work with. Besides Blow, we have Mega Fatty, who is kind of a scourge for some keyboard. Can end a run if you have a bunch of them, but clearly, even with a damage output like that, I still do that. Crack Key, we're going up there, right to home. Now, of course, home, the end game kind of thing that's happening here. Troll Bomb, no Troll Bombs here, we don't need Troll Bombs. Always go into the side room, you never know what you're gonna get in there. Maybe a heart, maybe not, maybe a coin, a penny that I don't need. But from here on, since we have the crack key, let us unlock, click click, Tainted Job, which is labeled as the Unwavering, and also unlocking Challenge B, the Haunted. Who knows what that's gonna end up being like. So, let's try to check out this next fight, which is, sadly, Dogma. Sadly. Yay, the Dogma fight. The fight that everybody loves. Psych. Nobody likes the Dogma fights. Nobody. I don't believe there's anybody who enjoys this fight. With my high fire rates and all these other items to help me boost my damage. Yeah, the TV set gets destroyed. Pretty good. You know, holy water, you can pause it, but you can't pause Dogma from still shooting you. But you can still at least attack the TV set so nicely. Oh, great! There we go. And Dogma Real Mode, which is the most annoying mode, or Angel Mode Dogma, I would call it. It's one of those things that just seems a little overpowered considering it gives you no room for kind of error on this. And considering the fights afterwards are really easy compared to Dogma, I don't understand. I guess it's the gatekeeper of everything. Not affected by holy water, of course. All these bullets coming at her. Him, her. It's just a speaker thing. So, well, with 2.5 hearts, you can see the damage up does help. I mean, the speed up does help a lot. And once it goes into Beyblade mode, you know that, well, that's all she wrote most of the time for most runs, because once it goes into Beyblade mode, it just keeps going, and it's gone. No matter what, you have to dodge so much and be super fast. But that was that. But we unlocked Tainted Job, the Unwavering. So let's go check out Tainted Job. Tainted Job, more items, dire misfortune, Deus Custodia. I honestly have not figured out how to use it. The fire rate is meh. You only get 1 heart and a half a soul heart on this one. But activating the item, I have no idea. I tried activating the item several times, nothing happened. I tried clicking all the buttons, pressing on everything, and nothing happened. I might have to consult the actual creator. But a great character nonetheless.